Good morning, good morning. I'm feeling spicy this morning. Spicy. I am so happy. Okay, we are going to dive deep. So, when I get excited, my Trinidadian accent come out. So I really hope you can understand what I'm saying. But I got to get real with you, okay? So this might be new for you. It is new for me. Or you probably already knew it and I just getting cued in. But let me talk, okay? So in the world, right, today, I had this thought and it came to me and it says, but there is something more valuable than real estate. But hold on. Let me back it up. Okay. So I was thinking, people always say time is money, but that's not right. That's not the truth, So everything that's not the truth, you really need to reject. So I just reject that, right? So time is not money. Time does not equal money. Time is life and money is value. Okay? So money is a means of exchange for value or worth. Okay? So I was like, okay, well, what else do we have that we accept as truth that is not the truth? And it came to me that we talk about buying land. Everybody wants property. Everybody wants to own a house. And that comes from, about a couple hundred years ago. These people set out on a conquest to own land. And, about 500 years ago, if you told our ancestors that, they could buy land or own land, they probably would laugh at you like you're an idiot. They'd be like, who owns the earth? Like, how could you own land? But it only became a problem when people start putting down boundaries. And the reason why I'm laughing is because in Trinidad, people come in, they say, oh, we own this beach. And we're like, how can you own a beach? And then they set up gates and then you have to pay to go in. And then we're like, oh, I guess they really own the beach, right? So this whole idea of owning things, right? You don't really know until boundaries are enforced. So now people are fighting, everybody wants to own land. But there is something, listen to me. There is something way more valuable than land, property, real estate. And it's okay. It is space. Now, it might sound crazy. Like, how could somebody own space? And I remember growing up, I used to wonder, how could people own water? They really own the bottle, but how could they own water? Anyway, this is even a crazier thought. How could people own space, right? So, space is just like land. People might not get the concept, but you're going to understand it when people start setting boundaries. So what does this have to do with all that I was talking about? So I've been talking about self-care and nurturing yourself and healing yourself. You see, everybody, just like how everybody, you're born and there's land and you can just live there. We all are born and we have space, right? Mental space, emotional space, just space, right? And I don't think we really recognize how much space, how valuable space is. But I remember I was a little girl and I would read the Bible and it would always say it's better, a man is better to eat a small piece of bread on the corner of a roof than to be, in a big old room with like a nagging wife or a contentious woman. And I would always say, I feel that because I felt like space was always so valuable. And now, as life is unfolding, I'm realizing maybe I wasn't as crazy as I thought I was. Maybe there is something to this space. So in 2020, I woke up And I realized, the thought came to me that I had a lot of riches. And I was like, that's not what my bank account say. I'm broke. But I realized, see, sometimes we have things that, and then we don't really know the value of it until it's commoditized. Look at the stories of people who were literally like sitting on oil mines, or precious jewels, and until somebody came and say, I'm gonna pay you X amount of money, then they realize how valuable it is. And for me, that was something I had to realize, that the space that I've held through my life is so valuable. So now I'm talking to you sisters out there. I'm talking to you, right? So when I say work on yourself and nurture yourself, it's not just about doing your hair, and have nice makeup. I put on a filter today, just FYI. But it's not just about that. I mean, that's important too. But it's not about that. It's about the space, nurturing the space that you hold within. Because when, they say when crap hit the fan and people start acting crazy. Why? Because they're going to realize that they have land, right? Some people are actually literally trying to go to physical space. And you know what? They could own Mars, right? But they will never hold space. They will never own space, because space is not a physical thing that you could own, right? So when you fix up your inside, right? You do your self-care, you work on your trauma, you work on how, so many of our trauma leaves us emotionally depleted, and you work on yourself, right? You could be in the jungle with your family having a good time. You could be in a box having a good time. It happened in concentration camp. People were in solitary confinement. 2 people, solitary confinement, side by side. One come out happy, the other one miserable, ready to die. Why? Because they didn't own this space. See, I'm not saying real estate is bad. That's not what I'm saying. But the conquest of land, right? People didn't realize that before you could conquer a thing, you have to conquer yourself. So you want to own a phone, you want to own a car, you want to own a house, right? You want to own the land. But do you even own your voice? And I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to myself, because I'm just looking at myself here. Ain't nobody on. I just speak in my mind, right? So this is something I had to tell myself. Like, we want to own all these things, but do we even own our voice? Do we even own our space, our mental space? Do we have control of the thoughts that we think? Or are the opinions of other people our thoughts and sending us crazy? Sometimes when you just stop and you have a life and you say, wait. You put up your boundary like they did on the beach, You don't buy the space. You didn't buy the space. So you put up your boundary and you say, all that negative vibes, all that boisterous negative energy is not allowed here anymore. Then people going to realize they're going to realize they don't have real estate on your space. And that's a really serious thing, because you could choose to let people in. And unlike real estate, somebody could break down your door and come with guns, or like they're doing, these people fighting for land, and people fight for things, people rob people for things. No, not with space. You can't bring no gun and steal nobody's space. You cannot do it. You cannot steal the space. So the work that you invest in nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, creating this space, this sacred space where it's you, the Most High, your family, just loving thoughts and positive vibes. Ain't nobody can steal that from you. So when you put your boundaries up, sometimes it might be like people are like, what? You never did this before, like I could have come and go as I pleased, but just like when you're building a house, the animals and people and everybody could pass and go how they feel. But when you're really ready to put some valuable things in there, then you have to start putting up your gates, right? So that the animals are not just going to wander in, people are not just going to wander in and steal your stuff. So as you grow, as you elevate, as you level up in your life and your thoughts, you're gonna put some boundaries up, and people are gonna be mad at you. And I just want to say that is normal. That's because we didn't realize that space is the most and the highest commodity that a human could ever have. And the thing about it, the beauty about space, is that we can own it, we can share it, but you don't, unlike land, you don't have to take from it's unlimited. You don't have to take, so you can grow and grow and grow, but you never have to take away from other people. Actually, your growth fuels the growth of other people's space. And I know this might sound like really weird, and the terms might seem like, well, I don't understand that. I don't understand that concept. But I think at the base of it is understanding that time is not money. Money is value, right? So if your space is valuable, then money follows. See, time is life, and the life that you have, I hope you're living it in the space that you want to live it in. So I know this might seem crazy. Let me know your thoughts. These are just my thoughts I'm sharing, but let me know your thoughts on your real estate and how much are you investing in that real estate. Okay? I will see you tomorrow. I hope you like it. I was so pumped because I was listening to Onika Bostic. She's an artist from Trinidad. She passed away a couple years ago. But actually, she passed away when I was in high school. But anyway, she sang this song, All Is Yours, All Is Yours. So basically in the song, she was saying, whatever you want to do, you can do. She was referring to your literal body. But when you think about that as space, right? If you own your space, just like how you could own your voice, if you own your space, everything is yours. It all is yours. You could do what you want. You could go where you want. You could come where you want. Okay. I'm going. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this. Okay?